We welcome you to Las Vegas, a city that is known for gambling and risk-taking as it plays host to the first race of the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series playoffs, as we have 32 drivers lined up on the grid, and half of those, or 16 drivers, it is the start of a 7-week quest, 3 rounds, and ultimately the top 4 drivers are going to go to Miami after the round of 8. And today starts the round of 16 as we have 2 races. And you want to get as many points, as much as you can, or maybe even win either Las Vegas or Richmond in order to advance to the round of 12. Today's challenge is a 1.5 mile speedway. As we've seen a lot of drivers run the low line, but if a driver like Kyle Larson or Erik Jones, if they can get that high line working, they could make up some time on the racetrack, and who knows, it could provide an epic battle to the finish. And as you can see, they are lined up on the grid, and these drivers know the pressure is on as there are no more useless races. If you have a bad race from here until Homestead, your playoff hopes could be over. And now let's look at your drivers to watch. Kevin Harvick, he's on the pole. He is second seated on the grid, looking for a great day today. Clint Bowyer, he starts third, but he's 6 points behind Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the final spot, as he is hoping for another consistent outing like he's done much of the season. Martin Truex Jr., he had a great start to the regular season, but he had a horrid end to it, and he is hoping to get back on track. Kyle Larson, he loves that high line, he loves that high racing groove as a dirt specialist. We're going to see if that can play to his advantage today. Chase Elliott, he won a couple halfway bonus points, and he gained a lot of momentum entering the playoffs. Let's see if that carries into today. Ryan Blaney, he's seated third. He won last weekend at the Brickyard 400. He's looking to continue starting from the 16th position. And then we have Jimmie Johnson, the defending champion, but he comes in as the 16th seed. But you never know. Never count out the 48 team, and we're going to see if he can step it up in the playoffs. So now it's time for your Mountain Dew Do-to-Do starting lineup for the Pennzoil 400. Stewart-Haas teammates Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch make up row 1, and then Clint Bowyer makes it a 1-2-3 top of the order starting grid for Stewart-Haas. And then we have Denny Hamlin alongside. Penske teammates Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano. Brad Keselowski won the championship in Season 2, looking to do it again. Kyle Busch, he won the first NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series championship alongside Martin Truex Jr. A great start for Alex Bowman and Aric Almirola as he is the 15th seed in the playoffs. Erik Jones and Kyle Larson, 2 young drivers looking to mix it up at the front. And then we have Jamie McMurray and Austin Dillon, great starting spots for these Chevrolet drivers looking to build momentum into next season. And then we have Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney, as this could be the prime years for them. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's glad to be in the playoffs, and Jimmie Johnson just squeaks in. He's looking to make some noise this fall. And then we have Daniel Suarez, he is also in it to win it, and William Byron. And then we have Ryan Newman and Chris Buescher. And then we have some 4 drivers here. Paul Menard, a crushing end to his regular season, but who knows, he could still make some noise in the playoffs, as that's the one thing about NASCAR, you still get to race even if you're eliminated from championship contention. We have David Reagan and Ty Dillon, and then Casey Kane and AJ Allmendinger on this row. Matt D. Benedetto, as he will be taking over the 95 next season alongside Bubba Wallace. And rounding out the field, we have Trevor Bayne and Greg Gaulding. So now it's time for your KFC honorary starter for the Pennzoil 400. And today's honorary starter is Caleb Marinelli, and he is going to lead these drivers on a 10-lap journey. As Las Vegas, there are a lot of bold risks, and in these playoffs, you are going to need to be aggressive as the green flag is waving. The 7-race fight for the championship is underway. Martin Truex Jr., a great run on that outside, and he's going to get by Joey Logano. Now side by side with Brad Keselowski is now lap 2. Kyle Busch takes the spot from Kurt Busch as he's trying to go up the racing groove, and he's going to try to clear Denny Hamlin. Yes, he will, as he settles in the 4th spot. And you can see the first 5 cars are single file, but a great battle between Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr. for the 6th position as they are going at it. And meanwhile, we have Kyle Larson gets by Almirola and now makes the move on Alex Bowman. Kyle Larson, we talked about using the outside lane to his advantage. Right now, Alex Bowman gets the edge, but look at how he sails it off the corner. Now back up front, Clint Bowyer gives Kevin Harvick the bump, but that's going to open the door for Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch passes both Clint Bowyer and Kevin Harvick. What a horrible move for Stewart-Haas Racing, as back in the pack, Daniel Suarez goes 3 wide on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Jamie McMurray. Those are some valuable points right there as Daniel Suarez, he needs to get everything he's got as he's 11th on the grid. And you can see Kyle Busch now, he's starting to pull away. His brother Kurt's there. And now Denny Hamlin gets up the racetrack. Kevin Harvick passes him by. Chase Elliott passes him for position. And now Martin Truex Jr. battling him on that inside lane, trying to pass him again. And then we have all the way in the 21st position, Jimmie Johnson, as he is complaining to Chad Knaus about how awful his car is. He's going to lose another spot to Paul Menard. Now Kevin Harvick gives Clint Bowyer a push, but it's not going to be enough. Kyle Busch wins the halfway bonus. That's 3 more playoff points that Kyle Busch will carry all the way to Homestead. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch shows a little brotherly love to Kyle Busch. He's going to take the lead in front of his hometown fans. Kevin Harvick into 2nd and Clint Bowyer battling Kyle Busch for 3rd. Kyle Larson, meanwhile, trying to get by Truex. He does. And now Kyle Larson, as he started in the 12th position, now trying to crack the top 5 away from Chase Elliott, who blows the tire into Kyle Larson, into the wall. 2 championship contenders collide into turn 1, and the caution is out. Oh my goodness. Chevrolet's 2 top hopes to win the championship are in the wall. Huge playoff implications here. Chase Elliott, it looks like he blows a right front tire. Just look at that. You can see heading into turn 1, he just blows it. Oh my goodness. And into Kyle Larson, nowhere for him to go as he ran that high line the entire day, and he was not going to back down. And those 2 cars have a lot of damage. And Chase Elliott, so much momentum into the playoffs. He is going to take a huge hit in the standings, as well as Kyle Larson. Huge championship implications as the rest of the field is going to restart lap 9 out of 10. But before that, we are going to look at your M&M's Caramel playoff rundown through the field, as M&M's is the official chocolate of the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series. Kurt Busch is going to take the outside lane on the restart in first, looking for his first win on the season. Kevin Harvick and Clint Bowyer, the Stewart-Haas Racing teammates, in 2nd and 3rd. They've had strong outings, looking to keep it up. Kyle Busch in 4th. You never know. He can have a rowdy restart and steal the first race in the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr. in 5th, looking for a nice outing. And then we have Brad Keselowski in 6th, as it's been a quiet day for that 2 team, but you never know. Restarts are to his advantage, and we'll see if he can do it. Denny Hamlin and Erik Jones 7th and 8th with some nice outings. And then we have Joey Logano and Eric Almirola, some more 4 drivers that have cracked the top 10. Nice outings for them. Daniel Suarez in 12th, an okay day, but it could be a lot better. And then here's the disappointment of the day. Ryan Blaney in 13th. I'm surprised about that. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 14th. And then we have Jimmie Johnson all the way back in 20th. He's going to need to step it up as his other 2 Chevrolet teammates are behind the wall and out of the race. Green flag is back out, and Kevin Harvick makes a great move on Kurt Busch. He's going to take back the lead. And now Martin Truex Jr. 3 wide on Clint Bowyer. He's going to lose a couple spots. 6th, 7th place. Clint Bowyer losing a couple positions. And now Denny Hamlin's going to take him 3 wide. And he's going to move alongside Kyle Busch for the 4th position. And now Alex Bowman gives Erik Jones a nudge, and he's going to crack the top 10 as Erik Jones is going to lose a couple positions. 1 lap to go. Kevin Harvick in command. And as the field flies by, a lot of drivers trying to get points. Jimmie Johnson makes it 3 wide. He knows he has to get something done, making a 3 wide move on Ryan Newman and Jamie McMurray. Meanwhile, Joey Logano makes a move on Erik Jones, and Aric Almirola battling for a spot in the top 10. But coming to the start-finish line, Kevin Harvick played his ace well, and he wins the playoff opener here at Las Vegas. And welcome to the round of 12 for Kevin Harvick and everyone at Stewart-Haas. What a thrilling finish to this race. Let's watch this again. Kevin Harvick just got a great push by Clint Bowyer, was able to clear Kurt Busch, and that allowed him to pull away and take the lead. And now for the second time in his NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series career, he's going to do his burnout here in Las Vegas. What a win for Kevin Harvick and the freaky fast Jimmie John's team. And this is showing he is a true championship contender. As congrats to the number 4 of the Larson fan 8842 for once again winning on the season, the first 2-time winner of the 2018 season. And now let's look at your unofficial results. Kevin Harvick in first, Martin Truex Jr. in second. Then we have Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and then we have Brad Keselowski, Clint Bowyer. The top 7 were playoff drivers, highlighted in the NITCS yellow. And then Alex Bowman, a great outing for that team, 8th place, as these non-playoff drivers, they're still in it to win it. And then we have Joey Logano, and then we have Aric Almirola rounding out the top 10. A strong outing for Stewart-Haas Racing today. And then we have Erik Jones in 11th, Ryan Blaney in 12th, Daniel Suarez with a consistent 13th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 15th, and then Jimmie Johnson gets 17th as that rounds out the playoff drivers on the sheet. How about William Byron with a 14th? No issues today. He just needs a couple clean races to get ready for 2019. We also have great runs by Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Jamie McMurray, and Paul Menard, all with top 20 finishes. Ty Dillon in 21st. Then we have Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, Casey Kane with 25th. Then we have Trevor Bayne, David Reagan, AJ Allmendinger. It's been a disappointing season for that 40-17. That's been a struggle for him. Matt DiBenedetto in 29th. And then Greg Golding rounds out the top 30. As these drivers just build up for 2019, there's a lot of promise with some of these teams. And if they can just build a consistency, they will be championship contenders before you know it. And then Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson with crushing finishes in 31st and 32nd. And now let's take a look at your playoff grid after the first race of the playoffs here in Las Vegas. Kevin Harvick is locked into the round of 12 with his win. Kyle Busch also has a 49-point lead, a great cushion to leave. And then we have Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Erik Jones. They look pretty comfortable. But then you have Kurt Busch, Clint Bowyer, Joey Logano. They look decent. They just don't need to do anything stupid next weekend at Richmond. But then you have Daniel Suarez 7 ahead of the cutoff. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 5. And then we have Aric Almirola, Chase Elliott, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Larson would all get eliminated if the round ended. And what's interesting, all 3 Chevrolet teams are the bottom 3. Last season, they had 3 drivers make it to the championship 4. If none of those drivers can make it in to the top 12 next weekend at Richmond, 0 Chevrolet drivers will go to the round of 12. Huge stakes for them next weekend. But anyways, race number 2, the cutoff race here in the round of 16. We'll head at the Richmond Raceway. Some good old short track racing, and it's going to be a good one under the lights. But today in Las Vegas, it was a testament of speed. A lot of drivers stepped it up, but nobody stepped up to the plate like Kevin Harvick in this race. He executed the restarts. All 3 of the Stewart-Haas Racing Fords were up front, but once again, Kevin Harvick showed he is the championship favorite out of that stable, and he takes the first win in the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series playoffs, and he is locked into the round of 12. So congrats to Kevin Harvick for winning today's race.